Luka Doncic, the 2019 Rookie of the Year, the step-back master, and the young gun who's been getting it done. We all know this about Luka. He's easily one of the best young players in the game, and before this season was suspended, was even in the MVP conversation. But what is it that we don't all know about Luka? Well, today we're going to shine some light on some of the lesser known facts about this Slovenian kid. So welcome to NBA Zone, and in today's video, we're going to go over 10 things you may not have known about Luka Doncic. Before we get started though, go ahead and make sure that you're subscribed to us here at NBA Zone, and that you have your notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of our latest content. Now let's get started. Number 10. The 2018 draft made a few teams look really bad. Luka Doncic wasn't any kind of sleeper by any means. He was just as highly touted as anyone in this draft. But with the first pick, the Suns took DeAndre Ayton, which at the time seemed to be a pretty safe pick. And Ayton is a pretty good player. He's also pretty good at drugs. Then with the second pick, it was the Sacramento Kings who had their choice at whoever in the draft. They seemed to be in between Marvin Bagley and Luka Doncic. Bagley was the consensus best player during the 2018 college season in the States, and Luka had just done some legendary things overseas that I'll talk about soon. There seemed to be an advantage for Luka though, as he and Kings GM Vlade Divac had that European connection. But maybe it wasn't the best of connections. The Kings passed up on Doncic, not because they didn't think he was good, but because Divac didn't like his dad. That was it. So Doncic would be taken third by the Hawks, where he'd be overlooked again and traded for the 5th pick in the draft. The Hawks decided they wanted Trae Young instead of Luka. Trae Young is arguably just as good of a player at times, but Doncic's resume was absolutely ridiculous, so it's crazy to think that any team would trade him.
With the 3rd pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Luka Doncic from Ljubljana, Slovenia, and Real Madrid.
Number 9. Now around the time Luka was about to enter the NBA, some photos started floating around of Luka standing next to a very attractive woman. If you're like me, at first glance you would have assumed that this was his girlfriend, but no, this was his mother. His mom, Miriam Poterbin, was actually a model. She used to be a hurdler and a dancer as well. She somewhat stole the show on Luka's draft day, and she's definitely formed a club of her own on the internet. Even some other NBA players have made some rather interesting comments on her. She's a hot commodity for sure. Number 8. Unlike most draft prospects, European players are typically playing professionally before they go to the NBA. They will usually play for a lower tier pro club or play for a major club's academy team, meaning that they are basically like a minor league team. Well, not Luka. At the age of 15, he would make his debut on Real Madrid's senior team, meaning he has been playing on the highest level outside of the NBA since he was 15. Not only that, but it was one of the most prestigious clubs in the world in Real Madrid.
To move to Madrid, to everything new, so it was hard. I know a lot of people told me, you're too young to go, but I didn't want to listen to them, I want to listen to me.
First I said, oh my God, this is too early, because he was 13 years old, he was really a kid. And then he said to me, Mom, I want to try.
Number 7. Speaking of his overseas career, he wasn't just an average player during that time. Luka Doncic would help lead the Slovenian national team to a Eurobasket title in 2017 alongside NBA player Goran Dragic. To put that into perspective, he led the small country of Slovenia with a population of just over 2 million over a country like Spain, who has a population of 46 million. Spain is also a country that excels at basketball. This just shows the impact that Luka has, even on an international scale. That impact remained in that very next season in the EuroLeague too. Luka Doncic would dominate in the EuroLeague competition, and he would be named EuroLeague MVP at the age of 18. He also led Real Madrid to a EuroLeague title. At just the age of 18, he was able to solidify himself as a European basketball legend, something that takes many European players a lifetime to accomplish. Number 6. The game of basketball took over Luka's life very early on, due in large part to his father, who was a professional basketball player in Slovenia at the time. At the age of just 7 months old, Luka already had a basketball in his hands. It's always talked about how early certain athletes start playing their respective sports, and Luka is certainly no exception to that conversation. Number 5. Like a lot of athletes today, Luka is a big time gamer. He said that while he was playing basketball back in Spain, he would spend about 2 to 3 hours a day playing games, which in the lifestyle of an athlete is a pretty good chunk of their free time. Dude apparently has the whole rig. He's got an Alienware laptop and a whole gaming setup to go along with it. His favorite games are Overwatch and FIFA. He's even considered streaming like some other NBA players have begun doing. Number 4. Like I stated earlier, his father Sasa played professionally in Slovenia as Luka was growing up. He actually won a league championship in 2008, and a certain ball boy on that team would turn out to be something special, that being Luka. Yes, Luka served as a ball boy for his father's professional team, so it's safe to say that Luka has been in the game of basketball for a while. It's also safe to say that he's certainly surpassed any basketball feats his father has ever accomplished. Number 3. Becoming a professional basketball player entails a lot of things. Mostly the fact that you'll be earning a large sum of money and you'll be very financially independent. But this didn't matter for Luka. He just wanted the comfort he had always had growing up. So when he moved to Spain to play pro ball, his mom came with. When moving from Slovenia to Spain, his mom would come with him to help him adjust to life in a new country. You can't really blame him either, as he was only 15 when he began playing professionally, and there's also nothing like mama's home cooking.
I don't know. I mean, when I moved away from my family and from my friends when I was 13, so it's been a little bit easier this year, so since when I'm 19, but it's everything new, new teammates, new coaches, new everything. I mean, it's great. It's really hot. I like that, because in my country it's cold, so I like that, but no, it's been great. Yeah, I live near the 5 minutes to practice, 5 minutes to arena. That's great. I don't know exactly the date. It's been like 2 weeks and a half in Dallas. Before I was in Santa Barbara working out, and before I was in my country.
Number 2. Over his not many, but impactful years of life already, Luka has earned many different nicknames. Some of those include, but are not limited to, Matador, Cool Hand, the Don, and Swaggy L. But one nickname would stick, and it would be one given to him during his time in Spain, that being El Niño Maravilla, meaning the Wonder Boy in Spanish. Wonder Boy will always be a staple nickname for Doncic, but the Mavs have taken a different approach. They have given him the nickname the Matador, and have even went as far as to make it a trademark for Doncic. Like I said though, he'll always be the Wonder Boy. I think these action figures make that claim for me. Now at number 1. Out of all the greats to ever play in the NBA, Luka Doncic is the only player to ever record a triple-double before the age of 20, which is crazy because players like LeBron James and Kobe Bryant came straight out of high school, so they had a 1-year advantage on Doncic, yet he still beat them to it. He would get this triple-double while playing the Toronto Raptors on January 27th of 2019. Unfortunately, the Mavericks would still lose 120 to 123, but Luka still holds the record. Even after the game, he stayed humble, saying that he didn't really care all that much for the stat, he just wanted that W.
Look, I was in the back and couldn't hear you. What does it mean to get this second triple-double in the last 4 games?
I just said it was good.
It's good.
That's it.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything extra special to you because it's the first time a Maverick got it, 2 triple-doubles in the same season in 8 years.
I mean, I'll just say, for me, it matters the victory. You know, it will be special for sure. I mean, it's special, but it will be more special if we'll get a win for sure.
So that's gonna do it for today's video. How do you guys feel about Luka Doncic? Let us know down in the comments section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you give it a thumbs up and also make sure you subscribe to the channel. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
He likes to hang out with friends, video games, dogs. He's a big dog lover. Even when he was a kid, he was a big dog lover.
Does he cook? Do anything like that?
He can do pasta. That's it.
Luka Doncic!
Is there TV shows?
Friends is number 1, definitely.
Great show.